Geography. Major landforms of the Earth. Are Major landforms of the Earth. Landforms. The surface of the Earth is not smooth or same all over. The difference in altitude between the highest and the lowest point of a defined area is known as relief. Relief shows the three-dimensional details of a surface. There are many several types of landforms that can be seen on a relief map like mountains, plateaus, plains, basins, rivers, lakes, peninsula, and other features on sea coasts. The landforms are the result of many internal and external processes that are continuously occurring on the earth. As a result of the internal processes, uplifting and sinking of the earth's surface at several places occur, thus leading to earthquakes and volcanoes. Thus, we can say that the ground on which we stand is constantly moving. The external processes rebuild the land surface that has been worn down. Over a long period of time, the action of weathering and erosion bring about a noticeable change. Rocks crack, crumble, and degrade as a result of weathering. This happens because of chemical, physical, or biological interactions. The rock debris that is formed due to weathering is loosened and carried away by the agents of erosion. The most powerful agents of weathering and erosion include rivers, winds, glaciers, and moisture. When these materials are deposited by the very same agents, the rebuilding process happens. Mountains and plateaus. A mountain is a natural elevation of the earth's surface having considerable mass, generally steep sides and a height greater than that of a hill. Those landforms that are above 610 meters above the sea level are referred to as mountains, while those below this height are considered as hills. Range mountains are those mountains that are arranged in rows. Example, the Himalayas and the Andes. A plateau is an area of elevated land that has relatively flat terrain. Because of its flat top, plateaus are also known as tableland. One or more sides of a plateau may have steep slopes. Plateaus may have variable heights from a few meters to more than 100 meters. The highest plateau in the world is the Plateau of Tibet or the Tibetan Plateau. It is known as the roof of the world. Internal and external processes play a part in the formation of plateaus. There are several plateaus that were formed by the solidification of lava. Such plateaus are very rich in minerals and so they are very good mining areas. For example, the Chota Nagpur Plateau in eastern India and the African Plateau are very rich in gold and diamond deposits, respectively. The soil in the plateau region is very fertile. Some plateaus have waterfalls also. In some areas, plateaus have an elevation to more than 6,000 meters above mean sea level. Weathering is the breaking down of Earth's rocks, soils, and minerals by atmospheric and other processes. Weathering can be of three types, namely physical, chemical, and biological. Physical weathering can be seen in rivers and seas. The rocks on the bed and banks of the rivers are hit by the water flowing in them, causing breaking up of the rock. It is not the water alone that causes this, but also the sediments in the water. Likewise, when wind strikes against rock, sand and other particles are blown up. Over a period of time, cracks are formed on these rocks, causing their disintegration. The above picture shows weathered rocks near the sea coast. When chemical changes, if the minerals present in the rocks occur, it leads to chemical weathering. Sometimes the roots of plants and trees enter into the cracks of rocks, thereby causing their disintegration. This is known as biological weathering. Types of mountains. Based on how mountains were formed, they are classified into three types, namely fold mountains, block mountains, and volcanic mountains. Fold mountains are formed due to the folding of the Earth's crust due to internal movements. Example, the Himalayas are known as young fold mountains, as they are still rising. Block mountains are formed when faults or cracks in the Earth's crust force some materials or blocks of rock up and some others down. Here, the Earth's crust fractures or pulls apart, breaking up into blocks or chunks. The raised or the uplifted blocks are known as horst, while the lowered blocks are known as grabens. Volcanic mountains are formed when molten rock, magma, deep within the earth erupts, solidifies, and piles upon the surface of the earth. The older mountain ranges, such as the Aravallis of India, fold mountains, and the Urals of Russia, have rounded peaks and are comparatively low in height. Sometimes mountains are seen under the oceans. Example, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are actually the peaks of undersea mountains. Mauna Kea in Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean is also an example of a mountain under the sea, which is 1,000 meters below the surface of the ocean. Rivers. Rivers usually originate in mountains. Most of the world's largest rivers have their origin in the mountains. Example, the Amazon, the Gangas, the Brahmaputra, and the Indus. On very high mountains, there are permanently frozen rivers of ice known as glaciers. Plateau. A plateau, also known as high plain or tableland, is an area of high land and usually consists of relatively flat terrain. If the plateau occurs between two mountains, it is known as an intermontane plateau. Most plateaus are rich sources of minerals like the Deccan Plateau in India, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. In Africa, form a plateau. Another big plateau in the Western Plateau of Australia. Plains. With relatively low relief, that is flat or gently rolling, undulating, depending on how they are formed. The elevation of plains is usually less than 200 meters above mean sea level. Rivers, winds, and ice are the chief agents that help in the formation of plains. Most of the rivers flow through plains. These rivers are the main sources of water for irrigation as well as for other purposes to humans. Sometimes the rainy seasons result in the overflowing of these rivers, causing floods. As a result, sand, silt, clay, etc. are deposited on their banks, making these areas very fertile for cultivation. Such regions that are formed by the deposition of sediments are known as floodplains or alluvial plains. The term alluvium means soil or sediments. Thus, the name alluvial soil or alluvial plains. In India, the vast Indo-Gangetic plain formed by the river Ganga and its tributaries is one of the largest alluvial plains. Other examples of alluvial plains include the plain of River Nile in Egypt and the Yangtze Plain in China. These plains are very useful to man because of the alluvium deposits, making them very fertile, and also because of the availability of water. As a result, they are ideal for human habitation and also for cultivation of crops. Such plains that are formed near sea coast are known as coastal plains. There are plains that are formed by the action of glaciers and winds. Human activities cause pollution of water and water bodies. In addition, human beings play a major role in the wastage of water. We must understand that water is a necessity for the sustenance of life on the planet, and we have to consider it our duty to preserve the resources that the earth gives us in order to make it a better place to live for us and also for our future generations. Rivers are our great heritage that we must preserve and take care of.